Evan Klein. On the fencing, junior, number 10, Daniel Easy.
That's a terrible name to have in college.
Also on the fence for the Vikings is a freshman, number 22, Brandon Halverson.
I hate when teams do this. I hate it.
At 1 forward for Arrington, junior, number 18, Matt Baranek. Also forward, a freshman wearing number 9, Taylor Ertz. And in the final forward position for the Vikings is number 15, Jake Drinker. Lawrence University is coached by Mike Skalinsky and assisted by Pat McCadden, Jameson Raymond, Brandon Bolter, and Tony Pajava. And now, wrestlers for your Arrington College Bulldogs! In goal, the senior, number 35, from Milton, Ontario, Kevin Ekman. On the bench for your Bulldogs, a senior wearing number 19, the pride of St. Thomas, Ontario, Braden Allen. Also on the bench for Adrian, a senior wearing number 44, from Trenton, Michigan, Corey Dunn. At 1 forward for your Bulldogs, a senior wearing number 23, from Brownstown, Michigan, Brian Baxter. Also forward is a freshman wearing number 7 from Ann Arbor, Michigan, Michael Montambo. And in the final forward position for your Bulldogs, a junior wearing number 41 from Calgary, Alberta, Vincent Falcon. Your Bulldogs are coached by Adam Green, assisted by Kevin Moore, Rob Hudnicki, and Jeremy Simon J. Ladies and gentlemen, your officials for tonight's contest, the referees are Jeremy Lewis and Bruce Vita, and the linesmen are Troy Marriott and Michael LaFrance. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you would please rise and remove your hats to honor America and those who support our freedom at home and abroad as the Adrian College Pep Band performs our national anthem.
into the corner. It'll be battled for. Paquette there with it. Bulldogs in the net. Balsamo will take it and throw it up and gone. Picked up from McNair. Can't hold on to it, so he'll take a shot and deflected, and that's off. There's a Bulldog player in the net. Can't see who that was. McNair, junior out of referees will readjust the net, get us back up, and I'll be outside of the zone again. Early in the game here, now we've had a lot of whistles, 2 already, last minute start. Balsamo winning the draw back. Helen tips up his partner Dunn. It's thrown back, and Lawrence will exit the zone. Gets dumped up to Helen, and takes it back. Down in the corner, taking it down hash marks, and back up to Hello is taking it in the zone, so we'll take it out and put it back up to the wide. Back into the corner, and the Vikings will ice it. Thrown back, don't get racing, and that was for a shot from the blue line. That one kicks that one away with ease.
And Bulldogs will fight that one off and take it behind their own net. Looking to get out of the zone. McNair drops it back, and they will wheel out. It's thrown back hard, high hit here up against the boards. It's Nico Kaufman of the Bulldogs. It looks to be all right, though. Bulldogs recoil behind their own net. They look for a forecheck, they'll bite. They'll try to exit. Trips back up. Looking for Connor Armour, he'll find him coming in with speed over the blue line in the corner, wheeling around, can't find a pass, taking the shot, slot shoot, and goalie holds on to that one, and looks like we're going to get a penalty here. The referee had his arm up, not sure about what, but looks like we're going to get a penalty to Lawrence. As soon as the referee skates over, I'll recall for you. It'll be a hook, I think it's a hooking. Hooking? Yep. The referee made that from an interesting angle, so I couldn't quite see myself. So
it probably happened just now in front of them, and there was a lot of action going on, so I wouldn't be surprised if it happened there.
Bulldogs win it back on the power play now. They are behind the Viking net, throws it up, and couldn't find anybody there. Armour will take it to the blue line, pass it to Tarsi, drops it down, and pass back up to Armour. Top of the circle, wheeling the slot of shots, and couldn't find the back of the net. We're going to get a whistle. Van Horn with a great chance there, and couldn't find the back of the net. I think it hit the netting, and that would be why we have a whistle.
This is a super exciting first couple minutes of the game. You know, where both teams are actually giving a really good pace right now, and that's surprising with the team on the first opening night. I'm sure they're a little nervous, but they're not really showing it so far.
Tarsi wheeling it around, finds Armour, just back down to shots, and goalie finds that one away. Yim chips it back up. Tarsi couldn't keep it in, so he'll take it out, give it to his partner Armour. And he'll wheel back. And a good forecheck. Tarsi pitches up, coming in with speed over the blue line at the hash marks, wheeling in and behind the Viking net. Up in the close corner, chips up to Van Horn, to Armour at the top of the circle. He'll move around, the shots, and it's put in the back of the net as Brian Yim gets the good a rebound, I should say, off the goaltender, putting the home team up 1-0.
What a great setup that was. You know, for a second I thought Armour was going to take it back to his point, and he decided, you know, I'm going to take a shot, and he had Yim right there, and that was perfectly set up. What a great way to start out this game.
Looking at the replay up here, the booth up here we have. It looks hit the goalie, and Yim batted it out of the air. Looked like a baseball swing, and putting his team up top. Bulldogs will battle for the draw. They do win it. Boy Kendall, a new guy on the team, freshman here at Adrian, takes it in the zone, throws it in the slot. Herb couldn't get a shot off, so it gets taken into the corner, back down, and moving around, back up to the slot. Herb couldn't get a shot off at the hash marks. Herb moves with it, takes up to the point to Eller, chips it back. Partner Herb in the slot, a shot, and kicked wide by the goaltender. Battled for the corner. The Knights will get it out of the zone. And Bulldogs defenseman will take this one back into his own zone. Chipped up, finding Boy Kendall. Over the blue line. Throws the puck on net. Goalie holds on to that one, gets his team a whistle. Julia, I think we've got a pretty loud crowd here in Arrington tonight.
There are a lot of people here tonight. You know, this is the home opener for them, isn't it?
Yep, this is our home opener here.
Yeah, and we have got a lot of crazy fans. It's super exciting to see. I'm sure the Bulldogs are really excited to see that. It's always good to have your first home game with a big crowd. You know, it gets a little bit more motivation. And, you know, these Bulldogs are always ready to give their all, and especially when they have their fans with them.
Yep, and the fans here in Arrington, something special as we've seen year after year after year. They keep coming back for more hockey. A great team like this, that's to be expected. Dunn throws this one in the slot. Nobody could pick that one up. The Vikings will exit. Helms and Dunn will chase it down. Netma will kick this away and throw it up the boards. Find Beckneck, who will take the puck and chip it to his fellow forward Paquette, and they come in off sides and get a whistle. Draw will be in front of the Vikings penalty box, it looks like.
You know, both coaches made a point to say that they want to keep it simple. They want to stick to what they know. Even for our Bulldogs being such a successful team, they know that they're not always going to get that win just, you know, playing it off. The coach and them know that they both have to give everything they've got each game. And the opposing coach knows that they're not going up against an easy team. So that's really important that they both know we got to keep it simple. They're not putting either team down. You know that they got a good fight either way.
Yep, I definitely couldn't agree more with what you said. We've seen various success here in Arrington for the Bulldogs. Lawrence and them have met many times before, and it's always an entertaining bout. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Eller carrying back into his zone, chips it back up. Can't see the player who he chipped it up to, but they come in, and the goalie will hold on to that one. Actually looked like he was going to pass it, but a Bulldog forecheck made him hold on to it against his own will. Starting the season off good for the Bulldogs. 2-0 so far, looking to make it 3-0 here at home.
Yeah, it's starting off really well. The shot on goal standing 6-0 and one already in the net. Bulldogs are really showing how this game is going to go so far, and they're doing a great job.
Puck taken into the corner here where the Bulldogs drop back and thrown in the slot. Couldn't get a shot off, so it chips out of the zone. And the Bulldogs will dump this one. Look to get into the offensive zone. They cannot. Boyd will chip this one behind, but Molitarsi will take a hard hit to make the play and try and get out of the zone. And he battled for Lawrence, putting up a fight here from the top of the slots. Goes right over the Bulldog net. Eller carrying the puck for the Bulldogs over the blue line, over center ice, throws it in deep, and goes for a change. Can't say I blame him. Vikings chip the puck out into neutral ice, and Bulldogs defense will recoil. Thrown back up, Yim chips this one in, he'll chase, and if it wasn't for the goalie, he would have been the first one there. It's up against the boards here, the Vikings come up with it, and they will get out of the zone. Kaufman with the puck from the Bulldogs, chips down and tries to get it out. Yim will dump this one in. Boy Kendall will chase, chip back up, and Yim will battle for it, and a shot from the slot goes a little wide. Viking is in on the circle here, throws it into neutral ice, and Boyd Kendall will battle for it in the neutral zone, takes a hit, but keeps the puck out of his own zone. He battled for, he's got Yim there with him. A bit of a stick fight going on here between these four gentlemen. Manages to get into the Bulldog zone, and the shot gets deflected off the pad. Bulldog defense will attempt to get out. Vikings throwing on net, goes a little wide. Ends up with a close point and thrown on net. Etma makes a good save. Just taken behind his own net, so giving the team a little bit of time to recoil here. Chips up, finds Troy Kendall, who kicks it off to Yim, coming in with speed, and he'll fight off a forward checker. Yim gets thrown down, thrown to the slot. Nobody was there to get the shot, so 4-on-2 developing here. And gets thrown in deep, and Helms and Dunn, excuse me, now on defense. Corey Dunn, the captain of the Bulldogs this year. He's going to have a good year defensively. Thrown up, and Herb couldn't get that one out, so couldn't take that one out, so Lawrence will recoil. Thrown back in, Helms throws to his partner Dunn, who will hold on behind the nets and recoil up to Helms. Speed coming over the blue line, gets poked away, but back onto the stick. Throw to the corner, Helms chases, has Herb with him. Passes, but ended up finding the stick from a different teammate. Helms throwing a hard hit in the corner. He will fall back on defense. Up the blue line. Paquette, one of the two Bulldogs up battling for it. Helms bats it out of the air and will attempt to keep it back in the zone. Battle for it. Paquette falling back on defense in his place. Dunn throws this up to Herb. Herb hit a little high there, no call. The Vikings will attempt to get out of their own zone. 11:38 left in the first period. And Paquette with a good break here. Looking for a teammate, he finds one. Couldn't find the back of the net though. Number 14 Mac McNair with that shot. Carrying the puck in the bottom of the zone. Backed up. Tarsi to Eller. Throws on net. Goalie makes a good sliding save. Keep the deficit only 1 for his squad.
You know, the pace of this game is honestly really, really well. We're almost halfway through. And if anything, I think they're getting faster, they're getting more competitive. I think both teams are starting to see what each one is up against. I'm super excited to see what each team is going to do with it. So far, the Bulldogs are up 8-0 on shots on goal, with 1 in the net already. The other team has not really had a chance to come down to our end. Bulldogs are doing a really, really good job keeping it in their offensive zone. And I think of how this is going right now, it's probably pretty much going to stay that way for this first period. So I'm super excited to see if they can get another one.
Tarsi picking the puck up at his own defensive end, drops back, chips up to Balsamo, who won the previous face-off, throws it up, gets batted out of the air. Bulldogs will be offside if they touch the puck, so they'll recoil. Lawrence will pick this one up. Looking to get their first shot of the game. They will not. Bulldogs defense picks that one up. It's thrown up to the point, battled for, and the Vikings of Lawrence moves up this one back in deep. McNair with the puck throws it up and cross over to the blue line where they will get onside and then be forced to fall back. Balsamo, dangerous giveaway there, but good Bulldog defense kept a breakaway from happening really. Battled for behind Entma. Balsamo will pick this one up. Attempt to get out of his own zone. He will do so. As McNair with him. Balsamo carrying, wheels around, and thrown back behind the net. Vikings will pick this up, attempt to get out. They will do so. Dunn and Helms on defense. Helms will chase this one. Goes back up to Dunn, who will fight it off and go back to his partner, back down and back neck. And he'll throw it up, or Armour, excuse me. Wrong number there. Lawrence will throw this one. They will get it out of the zone momentarily. The spot for Armour will be there for it. Dunn carrying the puck. Back down to Boyd, who tried to get it to Armour, but couldn't find the stick. Dunn at the bottom of the circle to his partner Helms, looking for a teammate. He'll find one, carries the puck in, and he will chase. Lawrence will get this one out of his zone. Actually, yep, looked like it got out of the zone, but I ended up off the skate of Joey Tarsi, and I think it went into the bench by mistake. Like you said, very fast pace to start this game. 10 minutes in, and despite the early whistles we had, it's flying by. These two teams have such speeds.
Yeah, I was watching a little bit of both teams and seeing how they set up for these next plays. And I was watching the Bulldogs more intently, and they do a really, really good job of dropping back if they need to, crossing the ice, looking for options, opening up options for anybody who has the puck. You know, they do what they need to do in order to get that puck up. Like Tarsi just skated up the middle, and he's not even a forward, he's a defenseman.
Tarsi to skate up. It's got to be pretty scary for the opposing defense. He's a big boy. Explains why he plays defense, but he's got the speed of a forward, so definitely a good thing for him to be pinching up. Yim with the puck, drops back, and looking for a hard pass. They'll find one. Boy Kendo drops this one off to Yim. Will cross and gets tripped up, no call. I believe the goalie was the one who tripped him up there. 3-on-2 forming here. Vikings favor, thrown on net. Etma making an easy save. Once again, crazy speed between these teams. And not only that, but it's really hard to hear in here with this crowd.
Yeah, it's really hard to hear in here. There are so many people, and we've got the band here tonight. It is absolutely packed. What a way to open the season.
Yeah, even in playoffs last year, I don't think it was literally, I mean, as you guys could probably see on the broadcast, the glass is literally rimmed with people end to end.
This is usually what a playoff game looks like. Every seat's filled, just about, and the glass is full.
Yep. Good chance there for the Bulldogs. And couldn't find the back of the net, however. We take it into the corner, battled for, and Vikings will chip this one up. Marinelli with the puck, and it gets thrown back up. Back neck, a shot. Goalie making a great save.
One thing I noticed about this Lawrence University goalie is that he is kind of straying away from letting the puck go. I think he knows what he's up against now. I think he knows that our players look for those options for somebody to be there, even if there is a rebound, or if he tends to let it go. So I think that's super smart that he's holding onto the puck after he gets shot on.
Paquette winning this one and gets thrown on net. And goalie makes an easy save. For those of you who consistently watch us here on ACTV, if you remember, black and gold game that took place here a couple weeks ago, we mentioned there's a lot of freshmen on this year, a lot of new players on this team. Freshmen mostly, a couple of transfers, but there's a lot of question about chemistry coming into the year. It looks like they've done a great job.
When I talked to the player team before that game, honestly, none of them were concerned about the chemistry. You know, they've got it on and off the ice. They have a lot of returners, even though they do have a lot of new people. And that chemistry just flows so well through this team. Doesn't matter who comes on and who doesn't. Like they just got it from the beginning.
It looks like they've been playing with each other for a couple of seasons now, the way they're passing the puck around and whatnot. Hellam's taking a hit, drops the puck off to his partner Dunn. Chipped up, body thrown around. Dunn will recoil, give it to his partner, chipping up to Balsamo, coming down with speed, gives it to McNair, and he'll try and go for the slot pass, bounced off of a Viking stick. Hellam is throwing a body check, keep the puck in the zone, great hit there. Balsamo couldn't get that shot off, so Vikings recover, and they will seek to exit the zone. And a couple bodies being thrown around, and gets thrown back. Hellam drops this one a little lower and gives it to Dunn. Almost gave up a bad break, but kept on to the puck. Balsamo carrying, looking for a cross. Couldn't find it. The shot does seep through, though, and penalty coming up here. I believe it's going to be to the Vikings again, as number 13 for the Bulldogs, Austin Botrell, got leveled off of his feet. And looks like the Bulldogs are going to have another power play. And
it's going to be for interference for that call for the Vikings tonight.
Definitely right call from the referee.
Oh, absolutely.
Keeping this game clean cut to start and setting a precedent. Setting a precedent, excuse me. Nothing's going to get past them. So Tarsi to his partner. Back down to Tarsi. He will wheel around. Can't shoot. Gives it to Yim. Cross. A shot. Goalie makes the initial save and will hold on to that one. Takes a freeze for his team, and right now on power play for the Bulldogs, we've got Tarsi and Van Horn on the blue line. We've got Yim, Boyd, and Armour out there on the offense here. 6:11 left in the first. Shots 13-2 in favor of the home squad. Back down to Van Horn in the blue line. We'll take it to the hash marks. Armour, who will wheel around, find Boyd, who shoots, and nothing. And the Vikings will clear this one. Metma comes out of his net to play this one. Here's Tarsi, who will take his time to recoil. Coming up with speed through the center ice, drops it off to Armour, who will wheel into the offensive zone, throws it on net. Goalie tries to bat that one out. That was a little interesting. Ian throws it up to Van Horn to Armour on the opposite side. Top of the circle to Tarsi. A shot deflected from Boyd, but didn't find the back of the net. Tarsi again to Armour. Top of the circle, throws it on net. Goalie fights that one away. Looks like you're trying to run the same play over and over here. You know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Something like that.
Van Horn shoots this down to Boyd behind the net, throws it up to Armour. He'll shoot. Goalie, it looks like he got a piece of that one. It'll come out. Tarsi can't keep that in the zone, so he will elect to fall back into his zone. 36 seconds left on the power play for the Bulldogs. Van Horn with speed here, gets knocked down and couldn't hold on to that one. So Dunn, fresh off the bench, will take this in his own zone. A couple of changes here from the Bulldogs, it looks like. Dunn carries the puck. 20 seconds left on the power play. Drops it off, carried in, and wheeled around a cross ice pass, and Dino Balsamo missed a wide open net there.
Oh my gosh, that was such a crazy opportunity.
I actually thought that went in for a second.
I did too, to be honest.
It should have. Balsamo wheels around back to Dunn, who will throw it down deep, and Hellum will throw this on, and Balsamo will try to fight that one off, but he will fight that one into the net. He can't. Vikings killed this penalty successfully. They'll look to get some chances here. Goalie making another great save. Really has stood tall for his team. A lot of good chances from this Bulldogs squad, especially on that wide open net. I don't know if he missed the net or if the goalie got a piece of it, fended it off.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It must have went off the opposite post. I can't quite see that side, especially with how many bodies were in front of the net. That was a really awesome couple minutes of play. I was watching more of the players once again, and one thing I noticed about the Bulldogs is that they're tending to skate it up from the defense and then drop it back so that forward can come through. I've seen it play a couple of times now and not used to seeing it from the Bulldogs, but with the opportunities that it's creating, I think it's doing really well for them.
So Bulldogs carrying the puck. I believe that's Herb. I think Herb carries the puck in the corner there. He'll drop it, find Boyd Kendall, and he'll battle for it. Herb's still down there with it. Vikings come up with it momentarily, but I believe that was William Broch who fell down to the ice. Thrown up to the slot, and it seeks behind the goaltender. And if I'm correct, that's Trevor Kendall who had that goal. That's his first one of the year, I think.
I'm honestly not too sure who made that goal. There was a couple of bodies in front that could have gotten it off the rebound. We'll find out in just a minute here for you guys and get you updated on who's goal and who's his assist.
I'm almost positive that was Trevor Kendall's first of the year, freshman here at Adrian on this squad. If that was his first, congrats to him. Start of a great career.
At the home opener, too.
Yeah.
What a great time, right?
Especially one of those interesting goals where it ended up deflecting and found its way behind the goalie.
After all of that, shots on goal are going to stay on 17-2 in favor of your Bulldogs.
Vikings chipping the puck in deep here, looking to get a chance and still they've only registered 2 shots on net, as Julia previously said. Bulldogs behind their own net, just chip back down, and it'll be need a deep pass around a couple times here, thrown up, and we'll look to exit the zone. They cannot. It'll be battled for. Yeah, almost kind of caught a hook there, it looked like, but still holding on to it. Thrown up, Paquette carrying the puck with speed through the neutral zone, taking the far side, going outside in, wheeling in front. Nobody was there to put that one in. So he will once again end up with it at the blue line. Give to Marinelli, who will shoot off the shin pad. Back neck drops that one off. And the hash marks carried up for the Bulldogs. Back to Marinelli, excuse me. And back neck will find the back of the net for the pass from Brendan Marinelli. And we'll put
what a goal!
Yeah, we'll put the Bulldogs up 3-0.
That was a beautiful top shelf goal by Backneck, correct?
Yep.
That's what I thought. I didn't quite see who the assist was from, but that was an absolutely beautiful setup, putting your Bulldogs 3-0 with 2:43 left in this first period.
I think that assist was number 27 defenseman Brandon Marinelli. He threw it on, I think he threw it on net and it bounced off. Ended up on Backneck stick and thrown in. Armour will take this face off. Gets thrown back down to Eller at the blue line. Tarsi will wheel it up to Armour, take a body check. Armour, who missed much of the season last year, I believe it was a shoulder injury. Promising start.
It was his knee.
Promising start for his career or his season here.
And with it being senior year, he was super eager to get back even last year, even though he couldn't, but he knew he could play this year, so you gotta do what you gotta do. He had knee surgery, but he is back, and you can barely tell he did.
Eller carries the puck. Arbor throws it in, and I believe that's Van Horn right over on this side of the blue line. Eller once again carrying the puck in. It'll be fought for. Chip back down. Van Horn, who's fighting for the puck. And to be thrown, goes just wide of the net. Boyd will throw this one back up, and could not keep it in, so Helms will battle this one off. Eller will be there. High hit there from the Vikings, giving them a chance. Just a wide open shot there. Eller will carry the puck behind his own net. Give it up to Boyd. Drops it down and is thrown to the Vikings stick. They will exit the zone. Have to come down and get a chance, and they fall offside.
Just to update you guys on that goal, that was indeed Ryan Backneck with the goal. That was assisted to Marinelli and Paquette.
Prior goal to that was Trevor Boyd-Kendall, his first of the season, and I missed who got the assist on those. I thought he said William Brochu, and I forgot who the secondary assist was on, but it might have been Helms actually. Thrown back down to Dunn. Marinelli, or Botra, excuse me, with the puck. It's thrown back in the corner. Dunn battling for it on his knees. Helms will get there. Back up to Dunn. Final minute of the period. It's thrown. McNair racing for it. They'll battle for it, come up with it all alone. Throws it on nets and couldn't find behind the goalie. So the Vikings will exit with 44 left in the first period. Helms, a hard hit up against the boards. Helms known for that, big body, hard guy to miss when he hits that hard. Dino Balsamo carrying the puck in his own zone, gives it to Dunn, who's captain up to Botrell, and wheels around, can't hold on to it though. Poked away, and he ends up with it once more, fighting off a couple of forecheckers. Thrown back, and it looks like the Vikings will be the first one there in the near corner. It will get out of the zone. Vikings coming down. I believe that's Kaufman fighting off that forward there. A lot of new names on the squad this year, as I said earlier. Hard to keep track of all of them, but that's going to do it for the first period. Julia, what do you think so far after 20 minutes?
Oh my gosh, what an eventful first period. We got shots on goal standing 19-2 in favor of the Bulldogs, with the current score, 3-0 in favor of the Bulldogs as well. That was super high paced, a lot of body towards the second half of it for both teams. We saw the Vikings getting a little upset by their goalie, which is meant to happen. You know, they got to protect their goalie as a defenseman. And a lot more body from the Bulldogs as well. So I'm super excited to see what they bring out next period. And I'm sure that their coaches are going to tell them, you know, keep it simple, keep it hard, keep it fast paced. Like, you know, let's get this thing going some more. So I'm super excited to see what comes out in the second period.
Couldn't agree more, and we'll take a brief break, 15 minutes, and we'll see you at the start of the second period.
It's like shapes inside his head.
I think it's
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to your second period of Bulldog hockey. Julia Smith here again with alongside Nick Rizzo. We had a really eventful first period, a lot of energy. Shots on goal ended with 19-2 in favor of the Bulldogs. The score currently stands 3-0 in favor of the Bulldogs as well. There was a lot of body towards the end here, a lot of energy, and I think that they're going to come out with just the same, if not more. Nick, what do you think?
No, I definitely think there's going to be just a continuation of last period as we finished. As you said earlier, there were a lot more hits, a lot more fast-paced action, a couple more whistles than we're usually used to, and I think it's just going to continue. The hits are going to get harder, the speed's going to get faster, shots are going to rack up, and you know, one way or another, we're going to see a team start to break away here. And obviously the home crowd hopes it's their home squad, but if you're the Vikings, you're looking to get something on the board and start the second period off with a strong start and just try and get something behind Netma.
Yeah, when I talked to their coach before the game, he said, you know, I'm telling them, we've been working on all week, don't create turnovers in the defensive zone. I don't think they've had too many of them. I think we've pretty much taken control of the puck in their zone. But let's see if they can hopefully not get another one in the net for their team.
So Beckneck fighting off a check in the corner here and ends up getting the puck down in the corner behind the Vikings net to the right of the goaltender. And Paquette with the puck, I believe that is at the top of the blue line. And it is. It gets batted away, and the Vikings will get out of the zone. And 2-on-3 here coming down, and some hard hits, as I said we were going to expect. Beckneck will carry the puck out of the zone, give it to his captain, Corey Dunn. Wheels it up and couldn't hold on to it, so we're going to get a little bit of a break here for the Vikings. And they come in and couldn't hold on to the puck long enough to get a shot off. Dunn will meet back down into the corner and gets thrown back. And will exit the zone. And Bulldogs carrying the puck. Botrell with a shot, goes a little wide. And back down, thrown up to the blue line. Kolatarsi throws it down in deep again. Balsamo loses an edge, and bad break for him, and gets thrown out of the zone, but almost thrown out of the zone. He'll find a good shot. Secondary opportunity, goalie standing tall, bodies being thrown, and we're going to get a whistle. Nobody really knows where the puck is, a lot of pushing and shoving. We actually saw a Bulldog player get leveled off of his feet, actually like he caught a cross-check up high, but I don't think we're going to get a call. He ended up in the net. Behind the goaltender, and he looks like he's kind of struggling a little bit around. Looks like he's shook up. Austin. Yeah,
and then the front there we had Matt McNair got caught up with another player, and then somebody else got stuck in somebody else's glove. It was a lot going on just now. But no call is going to come from it.
The draw will come to the left of the goaltender. Balsamo wins back. Kolatarsi a hard shot off the glass. Actually, I believe that was the glass pane that is the reason the game was delayed. During warm-ups, there was a hard shot and broke the pane of glass, and I believe that was the same one. Nice to see it didn't break. Puck couldn't stay in the zone. Botra couldn't keep that one in, so or couldn't stay out of the netting, I should say. And, so we'll get a draw outside of the zone. Taking that draw is Connor Armour, and he'll give it up to the Vikings as they'll seek to come down. Armour fights that one off. Vikings captain will throw this in deep. Atma coming out of his net to serve that one up nicely to his teammate. Ends up at the blue line. Hard shot. Atma holds on to it, and a little more pushing and shoving in front of Atma. Right in his crease, as Vikings players were very quick to get there looking for a rebound that they could not find.
You know, that's something I do notice with Atma is he doesn't give a lot of rebounds to a team. He's either going to keep it safe and then he's going to throw it to a player, or he's just going to keep it. You know, I really don't think I see many rebounds from him. Do you?
No, I haven't seen too many in my time watching him. And you know, that's something we saw last year. He's skilled holding on to the puck and getting the stops and soaking up the shots that's needed. And something that I said a lot last year, which, you know, still stands true, is besides warm-ups, Emma doesn't tend to see a lot of shots. Really just the Bulldogs goalie doesn't tend to see a lot of shots. Their defense is solid, very solid, especially this year. Emma's seen 3 goals in 24 minutes almost, 23 minutes almost. And you know, that's hard because if you're a goalie and you get cold, there's nothing you can do about that.
No, and this Bulldog team is not a team in general to get cold at all. They all do a phenomenal job each time they come on the ice because they're not just doing it for themselves, you know. They know that, hey, I'm doing this for the guy next to me. I'm doing it for my coaches on the bench.
It's a good chance here if the Vikings can peel away. Thrown up to the slot, and the Bulldogs come up with that one. Boyd will chip the puck up and find Van Horn, but turns it over right at the blue line, and Vikings will carry this one, look to throw it on net. Gets caught in a Bulldogs skate, gets tossed out in front, and believe that Boyd again who will throw that one out. And Marinelli lost an edge there, and it gets thrown back in deep. Etma will come out to serve that one off, excuse me. And Nico Kaufman with the puck. Junior from Chelsea, Michigan, as I mentioned earlier, one of the 2 transfers that we have in this program this year. We'll throw it out of the zone. Yim carrying this one. It's off the Boyd, looking for Yim, couldn't find him. And actually gets thrown up, and it almost went right over the nets. Vikings will throw this one in deep. Helms will go to recover it. Didn't go far enough for icing. It's chipped off in the neutral zone and back down in deep. And gets thrown up. I believe that's Brochu, William Brochu. I believe he's a freshman here. And Adrian throws it in deep and couldn't hold on to it. Vikings will attempt to escape. Yim throws it on net. Goalie will hold on to that, and we'll take a whistle for his squad. 16:28 in the second. Shots 23-4 in favor of the leading home squad. And, you know, we saw the end of the first period, but what we didn't see was the calming of the crowd, because they're still very much involved, and there's a good chance they're being loud. And, you know, as a home opener, that's something you always want to see if you're the home squad. So Bulldogs give up that draw, and it'll exit the zone. Couldn't keep that one in, so Helms will get down there, but he gets there first, and the Vikings will have iced the puck, and not allowing them to change could be dangerous against this Bulldog squad. Got Yim, Brochu, and Coy Kendall out. Coy Kendall with one of the goals already tonight. And Helms and Dunn, the dangerous duo on defense.
They really do make a great pair back there. Were they on the starting lineup tonight? I don't remember. I think Coach might have switched it up. Nope, they were on the starting lineup once again. It's not often that you don't see them together or not on the first line. They do make a great pair. They do absolutely phenomenal things for this team.
And thrown up against the boards here. Helms throws this in front, and a little bit of a fancy shot there. Goalie kept that one out. That was Yim. He went between his legs, and he pulled the puck and went right side between his legs, as you'll see on the replay, and couldn't find it behind the goaltender for the Vikings, who's done a great job for his team tonight. 3 out of 24 letting up. That's hard to do, especially when they're hard, gruesome shots like the Bulldogs shots tend to be.
Yeah, these aren't really easy shots to block, and because they're so hard, they do tend to deflect off of the goalie or another body quite often.
So Vikings winning this draw, turns it over, and Dunn throws this one, a shot, and couldn't get through a screen. Dunn throws this up to Helms. A shot goes off of a shin pad, finds back next stick, couldn't hold on to it, and it will get poked out of the zone. Dunn will chip this one off to Helms, and he'll take it and recoil behind Etma a little bit. Dunn carrying this one, top of the circle. He'll pinch up with some speed, and he'll take this, drop it off to Erb, who couldn't pull off the between the legs opportunity. Gets chipped to the hash marks by the Vikings, and they'll attempt to exit the zone. They will do so with ease, and they'll come down. Dunn and Helms on defense, or excuse me, not Helms. Can't see who that. I think that's Eller down on defense, Matt Eller, and Dunn with him. And puck goes up, and we're going to get a whistle as it hit the netting. So it looks like Dunn didn't get his chance to get off the ice there, as they came down too quick for him. And as he's going to the bench for a change, he looks winded. He's been out there for a minute and a half or so, long shift. And you've got as full of a bench as the Bulldogs do.
And if you don't really know hockey that much, a minute and a half doesn't seem that long, but a minute and a half on the ice, especially skating the way that these guys do, that is a long time to be on the ice.
It's a gruesome shift for a defenseman. Almost a little bit of a breakaway possibility here for McNair. Throws it to the center, couldn't find his teammates. Balsamo will pick this one up, wheel around, not one but two players, catches a hook, no call, and the Vikings will chip this one. They will exit the zone. Kolatarsi will drop that one in for Botrell and can't hold on to the puck, so Vikings will come back. Kolatarsi and Eller on defense here. Passes to Eller and takes it at the hash marks and gets thrown up into a couple of bodies. McNair will be there to fight for it. Kolatarsi will end up with it, and he will skate this one out of the zone. He'll pass this one up. McNair cross ice here to Balsamo. Tried to wheel it around, couldn't do so. McNair throws this one to the slot. Nobody was there. It's kept in, and will get thrown back down in deep, behind the goal line, I should say, and gets pinched back down. Balsamo once again with the puck behind the nets. And he catches a couple sticks. Kaufman will pinch up and come up with the puck as it's stuck in the corner. Balsamo once again out there long and holding that one. And a little bit of a break here that the Vikings will get. 3-on-2 coming in. And battled for behind Netmo. Player thrown from his feet for the Bulldogs. And Vikings will take this one. No shot. Balsamo picks this one off. Passes it off to Van Horn and will go change. Bryce Van Horn with the opportunity here. Wheels around. He's got Boyd with him. Will find himself in front of the crease and not be able to get a shot off. So Armour with the puck behind the nets. Up to the blue line. Back down to Armour at the hash marks. Will throw this one in and find the back of the nets. And if I'm not mistaken, that's Connor Armour's second of the night. I believe he had the second goal, or the third goal in the first period.
No, Brian Backneck had that one.
Oh, so they changed that one on me. So that's Connor Armour's first one of the night. And great one it was. Went top shelf, froze the goalie, and found the back side of the net. As you will see on the replay here. And top shelf over his left shoulder. Nothing the goaltender could have done there. And that's going to put the home squad up 4-0. Armour will return to take this face-off. Drops it, however, to the Vikings. Gets thrown up. Helms throwing a hard hit. Armour will fall back with Dunn on defense for the time being. Chips up to Armour. Assistant captain, one of them on this team, will carry it over the blue line and drops it off to Helms. A shot, a rebound, and couldn't find a Bulldog stick, so Dunn will pinch back, pick this one up. In the slot, a shot. Boyd couldn't find the back of the net, throws off the glass. Helms keeps this one in and wheels it down. However, a Viking player will find that one. Helms gets tripped up, but not looking like we're going to get a call here. Gets thrown back in. And Dunn will find Yim on the breakaway here. A chance. Yim finds the back of the net and lights the lamp to put the Bulldogs up 5-0. Very commanding lead, not even halfway through regulation. Bad break there for the Vikings. Yim is the person you don't want to catch on a breakaway. He's got speed, he's got the hands, got the skill, and as we just saw, he found the back of the net, and goalie couldn't do anything there as went right over. I believe it went under his left arm above his pad. So it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. Julia, what are you thinking about the start to the second period, really the first half of the second period from both squads?
I really don't think that this is where the Vikings want to be. I'm sure they're getting a little discouraged, a little distraught, getting a little nervous almost. Well, of course, the score stands 5-0 right now. But I don't think this is where they want it to be. You know, they know that they got to keep it simple, but I think our Bulldogs are coming out with more this second period. And I think they really need to figure out how to step it up, how to beat our defense, because they absolutely cannot get past them. For the Bulldogs, I think you're telling your team, keep it going, keep those shots on goal, keep the body. If they want to keep this lead, anything can happen. We're not even halfway through the second period yet, and we already had these many goals. What to say that they can't? They just got to get past our defense and make it a little bit more of an impression. Yeah,
both teams very skilled, and you know it's a basic rule of hockey. You're not going to win games and put goals, you know, and then get goals on the scoreboard without getting shots, getting shots off onto the goalie and whatnot. And shots being 27-4 in favor of the leading home team is pretty alarming halfway through the second period if you're the Vikings. Bulldogs chip this one in deep. Coy Kendall will fight that one off, and fight for that one, I should say. Behind the Viking net, Vikings will carry, gets chipped up, Dunn falling back here. Gets thrown up to the Vikings. Helms will chase this one. Emma will give it off to him. Cross ice to Yim, and he'll find, I believe that's Brochu, who just carried that one out and turned it over on the breakout. Drop back down from the Vikings, and Dunn will end up with this one. And he'll wheel back and give it to his partner Helms, who will take his time, give it up to Yim, the previous goal scorer. And with speed at the hash marks, wheel around, throws it on net, catches the goalie, I believe that caught him in the shoulder, or right above in the trap area. Ended up in the netting.
Just to update you guys on that goal, that was Yim, and that came from Dunn. Yim from Dunn.
So face off here to the left of the goalie and one by the Bulldogs. Tarsi passes it off to Eller, a shot and deflection, but goaltender saved that one. A couple of bodies being thrown around, an opportunity. Back net couldn't get the shot off and find the back of the net. Tarsi caught a bounce on that one, but still has to come down and play defense. Etma soaking up another shot here and doing a solid job for his team. Couple of bodies being thrown around. Vikings still holding on to it and couldn't get the shot off in the slot, so falls back to the blue line, gets thrown in deep. Vikings still with possession and catches a body, gets thrown up to the blue line. Vikings throw that one just wide of Etma. Comes out to the far side. Tarsi throwing a couple of hard hits on. Said he's a big guy on the ice, and you don't want to get hit by him. He's a hard-hitting defenseman, so he will throw the puck up to Paquette. And he will cross over the blue line, give it back up to Tarsi, who will dump it in. And it looks like we're going to get a defensive change here for the Bulldogs. Kaufman and Marinelli on defense. Kaufman drops the puck off to Marinelli in the corner. McNair will find this one. And we'll chip this one up and find Kaufman once again. D-to-D pass, gets chipped, looking for Balsamo. Instead finds McNair. They stay on side. Balsamo with the puck at the hash marks, wheels around, catches a hit, stays on his feet though, and Vikings will come up with this and will exit the zone. Good hit there. Right up against the boards, and puck's thrown in deep. I believe that's Marinelli. The puck below Etma and fighting off a forecheck, gives it to Balsamo, but ends up with McNair. 3-on-2 forming, and Otrell couldn't hold on to that one, so looks like we're going to get a penalty. Going to be an interference call. And
I have no idea who this is going to.
I'm not sure either. Nobody is skating.
Number 28 for the Vikings is getting that, the captain of the team.
So looks like the Bulldogs are going to get their third power play of the game. And right now out there we've got the line of Connor Armour, Brian Yim and Trevor Boyd, Van Horn and Tarsi on defense. So Armour with the puck will wheel it around, go between a couple players. Shows this one to Van Horn, wide open net and just misses. Armour will fight this one back down to Tarsi, fights it in deep to Boyd, throws it on net just over the goalie. Van Horn will take this one, throw it into the corner, and I believe that was Yim who took to the ice. Boyd in front of the net couldn't catch the puck on that screen, and the Vikings will clear the puck all the way down to Etma, the opposing end. He will throw it up and find the stick of Yim, who passes it off to Van Horn. Bad break for him. Vikings coming down shorthanded, and Tarsi throwing on a hit, looking for a centering pass, but Van Horn got in the way of that. Tarsi with the puck will look for a pass, skates up the blue line, but drops it back to Connor Armour. And gives it to Tarsi, enters the zone. He'll dump this one into Armour, and will reel around the backside of the nets and pull a reverse. Gives it to Yim, who's cycling up the top of the circle, and he will look for a pass, finds Van Horn on the blue line. Tries to go to Tarsi and gets picked off. Almost a bad break defensively, but Armour will fight for that one and gain possession. And he's tripped up, and we're not going to get a call on that one. And Boyd will push this one out to Tarsi. Gives it up to Van Horn. 30 seconds on the Bulldog power play, and we're going to get an offsides here. A switch of a couple of players. As the draw is going to come just outside of the Bulldog penalty box. Looks like we're going to get the dynamic duo of Dunn and Helms on the blue line. Botrell, Balsamo, and I believe that's Paquette on offense. Draws one back to Dunn. D-to-D pass in their own zone. 24 seconds on the power play. And they cycle it up. Dunn carrying. And the audience is starting to get a chant going here. Botrell chips up to Balsamo, who will throw this one just wide of the net. Botrell will pick this one up behind. Penalty coming up, and looks like it's going to be on the Vikings, I believe. And that is the case, it looks like, as, yep, the Vikings players skating over to the box. believe it was once again an interference call. So
Nope, that was a slashing call. The ref just called it.
7 seconds on the first penalty to the Vikings and fresh 2 minutes on the clock for the second. So 7 seconds of 5-on-3 action here is a lot. You know, you could do a lot in 7 seconds. So.
The Bulldogs do a really awesome job on power plays for this game, especially they've done a phenomenal job of keeping it out of their own zone, especially when on these power plays. So for these next 2 minutes, again, it's going to create another scoring opportunity for the Bulldogs. This team is starting to get a little more physical. I can see that because they're a little frustrated. I don't blame them. But the Bulldogs going to come out and they're going to give all they got once again.
Done over to, I believe that's Balsamo at the top of the line. It was back down to Dunn. He's got his partner Helms, who's right across ice, a shot, and I think the goalie made that save through a couple of bodies. So 5-on-4 here as the Vikings killed off the first penalty and made it 24 seconds into the second.
And before the game, Coach Krug for the Bulldogs made a point to say that this is their prep for next week. Those of you who don't know the Bulldogs very well, they go up against St. Norbert next week, and that is one of the biggest challenges that we face in the whole season. They meet again at the end of the season and usually in playoffs as well. They're really a hard team to go against, so this is prep for that game. That's super exciting because it's going to be an absolutely phenomenal game to watch. And by the way this is going, 5-0, this is a really good start for them to get prepared for that game.
Pass up to Dunn, who will creep his way in, find Balsamo. Drops it back down, looking for the center, or looking for the slot man. Couldn't find him. Helms ends up with it. He'll take control and wheel around. He'll catch a body and a little bit of a body check there. Passes back down to Dunn, who will go across to Balsamo. He'll shoot. Goalie makes the initial save. And a secondary one. Wide open net, and it bounced off of the Bulldog player's shin pad. 40 seconds on the power play for them. Dunn back down to Helms in the slot. Up to Balsamo. His shot bounces up. And Dunn will chase that one up to the blue line. They're slowing it down here. Trying to find the backside of the net. Helms back to Balsamo. Looking for Helms again. Couldn't find him and gets tossed up. Etmo will come out and pass this one off. Finds Dunn. Looks like we're going to get fresh changes here for the Bulldogs, but they're off sides. So we get a whistle. 15 seconds left on the penalty to the Vikings. 6:04 remaining in the second period.
And like I said just a minute ago, the Bulldogs do a really awesome job when they're on power plays to make a point to keep the puck out of their own zone. It gives them more scoring chances, makes opportunities open up. They've done a really awesome job of that. I don't think we've had even a whole minute down on their side during these past 4 minutes of penalties.
Bulldogs carry the puck out of their own zone. 5-on-5 hockey here. And carrying the puck into the deep offensive zone, but the Vikings will come up with this one and carry out. And I believe we've got Eller on defense. Etmo having to fight that one off of a bad bounce. And believe that's Erb who's fighting for the puck. It is, but the Vikings will come up with it. Take it back into their defensive zone, throw it in deep. Eller will chase this one with Marinelli, but Etmo will pass this off. Throws it up the boards. Hard hit there. And Bulldogs still with possession. Throw this one up back down behind Etma, and they'll buy some time to recoil a little bit of a play. Marinelli throws this one up to Erb, and it will get carried out of the zone. And Backneck with the puck will throw this one on. Goalie makes an easy save as Backneck's shot caught a little bit of a deflection. Pass up to the blue line. Kaufman holding on to that one. Coy Kendall with the puck, throws it on, catches a shin pad, and looking for a teammate there. He'll battle for it. Bulldogs find it. Pass to the slot. Nobody was there. So Bulldogs will have to recoil. Cole Tarsi and Kaufman on defense here. And looks like we're going to get a whistle. That's going to be a penalty. I believe it's to the Bulldogs.
Yep, it's going to go to number 10, William Brochu, for 2 minutes. I'm not sure what the call was for. To be honest, I did not see him make the call.
Believe it was interference. Referee skated over in front of the box and gave us the signal. I personally didn't see an interference, but could have been behind the play. The draw to the left of Entma. Bulldogs will give this one up to the Vikings. They carry at the blue line, top of the circle, back up to the blue line. D to D, this is their first power play of the game. Hellum has taken a big block there. Penalty coming up, and not quite sure who that one's coming up to. I think it's gonna be the Vikings. So looks like we're gonna get some 4-on-4 here. As only 12 seconds of that penalty, of the Bulldogs penalty went on before the Vikings took one.
And that call on the Vikings is gonna be for hooking.
So draw will come down to the into the offensive zone for the Bulldogs. Yim looks like looking to line up for this one. Van Horn behind him, Dunn and Hellum. So looks like Coach Adam Krug is running 2 forwards, 2 defense here on this. So Etmo will come out, play this one, cycle it around looking for Dunn. He'll find him. Throw him back up to Van Horn. Chips up, but he picks up his own pass. Carries in the zone with speed, looking for a pass. He'll find Hellums. Can't give that one up. Hellums will have to race back to prevent the breakaway. He does so successfully. And Hellums will wheel back and carry this one in. With speed, he's got Yim with him. Throws it up, looking for Van Horn. Catches a stick. Van Horn hits. And it will bounce out of the zone. Hellums will carry this one. Take it back into his own zone. Recoil. Buy some time for his squad. That's Nico Kaufman carrying the puck. Back down to Hellums. We'll throw this one up. We'll find Yim, but it's picked off. Yim will battle for it. And Van Horn will take control up against the boards. Vikings retain possession. Chipped up, and Vikings will break into the zone. Not long before a hit is thrown onto him, and it's thrown back down into the corner to the right of Bulldogs goalie Kevin Etma. And it's going to be carried out here. Armour carrying the puck over the blue line, and goalie will challenge that one, but he'll kick it behind him. Armour put to his feet, and Vikings will aim to get out of the zone. They will not do so, as Bulldogs defense once again being rock solid. And Armour battling for that one with Boyd by his side. It gets caught up in a referee, and the referee takes a stumble. Kaufman throws that one in deep. Referee knew to get out of the way of that one. And Bulldogs are full strength. Got 10 seconds on the power play for them. Kaufman will take the puck back and wheel it around to his defensive partner to allow the penalty to be killed off for the Vikings. While Samo chips that one up, turns it over, however, and Vikings carrying this one in, and they come in off sides, and that's going to put a damper on their attempt.
With just 2 minutes left in the second period, shots on goal currently stand 33-6 in favor of the Bulldogs, and the score is 5-0 also in favor of the Bulldogs. This period has been super intense. I don't think this is quite how the Vikings wanted to come out, but they're not exactly doing bad either. As time has gone, they've gotten a lot more body, they've gotten a lot more speed. They are not getting the time in their offensive zone that they want, but we are absolutely getting the time that we want in our offensive zone, gotten a lot of shots on goal, not as many as the first period. But that's okay. They're taking their time this period to set things up, and they come out victorious with 2 goals this period, so that's super exciting. Just some under 2 minutes left in the second period.
McNair with a great chance, couldn't find the back of the net. Goalie came out, challenged that one good. Eller throws this one on and finds the back of the net. I believe it bounced off of him initially and then found the stick of, I didn't quite see the number. I think that might have been, I believe that was
McNair that got that goal.
I think it was too.
Seeing on the replay right now just how it went in.
Bounced off of the goalie initially.
It's like it went behind the net, off the goalie, and then in through the corner.
And behind him. So it's going to put the Bulldogs up 6-0. It's about 1:38 left in the, or 7-0, excuse me. Putting with 1:30 left in the second period. Dunn carrying the puck will throw this one, and Bulldogs will have to recoil in the neutral zone. 1:23 left on the clock. Can't keep it in, so he'll get thrown down. Vikings will carry this one. They will get out, 3-on-2 forming. Helms prevents that, and Herb couldn't hold on to that. So back net will chip this one up to Helms, who will skate it up and skate around, looking to get a pass off to a teammate after wheeling around the nets. Fancy moves here from Helms. And in the slot, Bulldogs can get a shot off. Helms will recoil. Final minute of play here in the second. Dunn taking his time through the neutral zone. Turns it over and gets thrown in deep. Etma will hold on to this one for his team. Looking for Dunn, instead finds the stick of a Viking. And will end up behind him. Dunn will battle that one off. And they will be tied up against the boards with 30 left on the clock. Vikings come up with it. Looking to generate something, throws it at Etma, makes a good save. 26.3 left in the second. Julia, you mentioned earlier the Vikings are doing a great job. Maybe not what they were looking for, but they're doing a good job. What do you think going into the third period? What do you think they're going to need to really kind of just sit down and rethink in order to get back into this game a little bit?
I don't want to say they look scattered because they don't necessarily look scattered, but I think they're maybe feeling a little scattered just because this Bulldog team is bringing out a lot the second period, and they're definitely not going to hold back. This is a team that goes the whole 60 minutes no matter what the score is. It's 6-0 right now, and they keep giving more and more. So I think if you're the Vikings, you got to think, we got to slow this down a little bit. Not necessarily the pace. That's not what that means. It means, take our time, look for options. Don't try to throw anything in the slot. I feel like they're trying to throw a lot of things in the slot, and no one's there, so they really need to take it back a little bit, use their points, and I think that's going to help them a lot in the third period, even though it is standing 6-0.
I couldn't agree more. I think a big key also is going to be what they've taken a lot of penalties this period, and although there hasn't been a crazy amount of power play goals, that does allow the other team to generate a little bit.
Yeah, that's not allowing them to capture what they want to in the periods. And that's another thing they got to talk about. Stay out of the box. Some things you can't avoid, I get that, but because they're trying to use more body and trying to be more aggressive, I think that's not exactly going the way they want to. So maybe take it back a little bit on that. But shots on goal in the second period, 36-5 in favor of the Bulldogs. The standing score is 6-0 in favor of the Bulldogs, and we'll see you guys in about 15 minutes. welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this third period of Bulldog hockey against the Lawrence University Vikings. We ended that period with standing up 6-0 in the favor of the Bulldogs, and shots on goal with 36-5 in favor of the Bulldogs as well. We talked a little bit before the last period about what we expected to see from both these teams. All in all, we just expect to see a lot of action, a lot of body, and for the Vikings to maybe slow it down a little bit. What are you thinking, Nick?
I definitely think we're just going to see a continuation of where we left off. A lot of fast speed, a lot of hard hits, a lot of shots on net. Just in general, I think there's been a good amount so far to start the third. And, you know, I think that if you're Lawrence right now, if you're the Vikings, you need to focus on not taking penalties and just trying to get anything you can past the Bulldog defense.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I definitely think they want to get more shots on goal. They only have 5 right now, and the Bulldogs are already in their offensive zone.
And that was a great chance there. Almost put it in the back of the net. I believe that was Kaufman who tried to wheel around the goalie and did a great job. Another good look for the Bulldogs, but it's kicked away from the Vikings goaltender. Chipped up, back neck at the top of the circle against the boards. Will fight it off, but Vikings will throw it around the boards. And it'll be fought for. Paquette will chip this one up, and it will exit the zone. So the Bulldogs will have to recoil. Paquette carrying the puck over the blue line will try to pass it off, but can't get one off, and the Vikings will retain control. Cole Tarsi, a little fancy move there, jumping over his fallen teammates. Paquette throws this one back. Eller taking it in his own zone. He'll chip up, looking for, I think it's Botrell, and couldn't find him. Gets thrown back down. Etma will keep that from straying behind him. Cole Tarsi will go pick it up. Chips up. McNair falls back to Eller, his partner. Chips looking for Balsamo. He'll find him. Wheeling in, throws it on net. Goes just over, and it will bounce to the blue line. Eller can't keep it in, and Vikings will come down. Shot on Entma. He kicks that one away with ease. Throws behind him. Cole Tarsi will be there to rebound that. Gives it to McNair, who will try to chip it out. He cannot, and the Vikings will retain control, and Cole Tarsi will get this one out. Vikings in their own zone will fight that one off, chance for the Bulldogs off. Balsamo loses control and bounces out, so the Bulldogs will have to get onside. And Vikings thrown up, and will go on to Helm's stick, and will find back to his partner Dumb behind Entma, back up to Boyd at the top of the circle, who comes out with speed and has armor with him, but couldn't get the puck on the tape for him. And Boyd will come up with this one over the blue line, throws it on net, catches a shin pad, and back down into the corner, armor to Boyd, and goalie soaks that one up with ease, keeping the deficit for his team only 6.
So far this period, it hasn't been too bad of action. We have seen both sides of the ice being used, which is really good for this Vikings team to come out and be able to use their offensive zone. They are trying really hard, like their coach said earlier in the game, that they do not want to create turnovers in the defensive zone. So hopefully this period they can keep that up. So far, not so bad, but the Bulldogs are really tough to get past.
Van Horn gives up that draw. Vikings will come down in the Bulldogs zone, looking to get a chance on Etma here. Hard hit there up against the board. Vikings retain control. Armor pokes that away. And Van Horn carrying the puck offensively has Boyd with him. And throws this one on. I think it went behind the net. And it's chipped back up to the blue line. Kaufman couldn't hold on to that one, so the Vikings will carry in. Etma soaking up a good chance there. That was a little bit of an uncomfortable save. Those under the arm ones are never fun as a goalie. We'll get a full line change here for the Bulldogs, all 5. The draw will come out to the left of their goaltender, Kevin Etma, who's done a great job tonight. Despite how many shots he has, he doesn't have too many up against him.
Nope, only 7 now.
It's picked back in the corner. Cole Tarsi will fight for it, gain control, kick this one up, and hard hit there as the Bulldogs will try to get out of the zone, and they will do so. And carrying the puck up, a chance, and can't get the shot off. Instead, he'll throw it wide and gets caught up behind him. Yim throws this one and goes just across the crease. Nobody was there to pick that one up. Possible breakaway here, taken off by Eller. not allowing the Vikings forward to get away from him and pull away. So they'll retain behind the nets and throws it on Etma. He'll make a great save. He'll let up one of those few rebounds he let up. He just managed to snatch up real quick.
So first 4 minutes into the period, seeing a lot of action from both teams. What do you think has improved from both teams so far?
I think the Vikings have done a good job of getting a couple more shots through and trying to break up the defense. And I think their key to doing that's just been making everybody move. As far as the Bulldogs go, they've had a couple of good looks. Just their passes aren't on as usual. Not to say that they aren't, they're not on target, but they're a little off to start the period off. And I think they'll shake that off. And I mean, they've got the lead, so they've got a little bit of comfort to lay back on. Hellam's up against the board here, gives it to Herb, and chips this one up. Paquette drops that back to Dunn, and puck bounces up, stays in play, and it's chipped back down. Vikings throws this one onto Etma, and he will hold on to it, get his team a whistle.
Like I said in previous periods, Etma does a really good job of not really letting the puck go when he doesn't see comfortable. There's no reason to chance anything. There's no reason to not stop the play if you have men on you, and he does a really good job of doing so. Even just a minute ago when we saw the rebound, he grabbed it right back in. He was not going to chance getting scored on, and that makes it possible for this team to have a 6-0 lead right now because of the reasons like that.
The puck behind the net. Herb chips this one up to Paquette, back down to Herb into the corner, up to the blue line. Dunn to his partner Hellam's, top of the circle. He'll wheel around and elect not to take a shot. Passes back to Dunn in the slot, up to Hellam's. D-to-D exchange, a shot. It was a high one, went right through the legs of a forward at the blue line on Dunn, and over the net. So Vikings will try to get this one out. They will do so. And good Bulldog defense, or back checker, I should say, falling back. Paquette with the puck in his own zone over the blue line. Neutral ice, chips up, and can't hold on to that one. So the Bulldogs will have to come back out of the zone and chip back in. Marinelli up to his partner, back to Marinelli, looking for a pass, but instead he'll skate this one up and elect to dump it in. His teammates will chase. Behind the Vikings goaltender, McNair lays on a body. Balsamo picks off a pass, but the Vikings still come up with it, and they will seek to come down, and no odd man rush for them. A little bit of a chance here, couldn't get the backhand shot off, so it ends up in the slot and can't get the D-man pass off. McNair chips this back to Balsamo, coming down over the blue line, can't get through his legs. A shot, goalie makes a great save. Kaufman had a wide open net there if he pulled the trigger before he waited that second, but goalie soaking that one up to keep his team in it.
Bulldogs are going to make another full line change, and it doesn't look like any of the players from Lawrence got off the ice. I didn't see anybody get off the ice. Switching your players often is going to do a really good job of keeping fresh legs, be able to keep this energy that they have going throughout the game.
Lawrence chips up, and they will exit the zone. Bulldog defense, as usual, being solid in fighting that off. Vikings almost coming in off sides as it got chipped out, but a little bit of a body check there, and good work for the offense on the Vikings for staying on side there. He caught a body and lost the puck, but stayed on side. Eller chips this one back down. Kolatarsi carrying the puck over the center ice line, gets thrown in. A little bit of a jump hit there on Kolatarsi, fended that one off good. And gets thrown back into the corner. Armour will body that one off. Back neck will chip down to him, and he can't hold on to it, so it ends up in the corner. Down to Hellam is up to Armour, throws it in the slot, nobody was there. And Eller can't hold on to that, so they will have to recoil. Eller will dump it in, and the Vikings will recoil. 13-15 left in the third period. Shots sit 40-9 in favor of the commanding lead-owning home squad. Eller chips up, and good shot there from the Vikings. But Emma kept that one away.
Like I said in the beginning of the period, the Vikings are going to want to do a better job of getting shots on goal. So far, they got up to 10. I believe they started at 4 or 5. So they're already doing a better job with that, but the Bulldogs defense is really holding up well. They're working hard together, keeping their goalie safe.
Coy Kendall winning the draw and gets thrown up to Yim. Goalie will come out to challenge him, preventing a breakaway. Troy Kendall keeps that one in the zone, and Yim will battle for it, and Vikings come up with it. Still doesn't exit the zone. That time it does off of a bad bounce. Dunn passes off to Helms, and they will break in once more. Troy Kendall chips up, looking for the centerman, and couldn't find him. Instead finds Dunn, throwing across the slot. Couldn't get the pass off, and we're going to get a penalty here. And it looks like it's going to be an interference call. And looking like it's going to be to the Vikings.
So we're going to put the Bulldogs in once again another power play, and you guys couldn't see it, I don't think, because the camera wasn't down there, but the Bulldogs tried to pull Etmund just now, but the whistle was blown before he got on the bench to give that extra player to create another scoring opportunity for the Bulldogs.
So Bulldogs already one power play goal tonight. They're going to look to add to that. And puck kept in by Helms. Great effort. Kept it in momentarily until it bounced out. Dunn will chase. And last period, the Vikings, one of their biggest problems was that they kept giving up bad penalties. And although, as I said, only one of the goals has been a power play, it allows the Bulldogs to get momentum and get shots on net.
Every time they were on the power play, they really didn't spend much time in their offensive zone, which doesn't give them those opportunities that they need. So whether or not we score on that power play, it's not letting them get opportunities at all by being on a penalty kill.
Helms throws one on net, goes wide off the glass, back up to Balsamo, done with it. This is the Botrell, but the Vikings will kick this one away. Balsamo drops it back down for Botrell and gives it to Helms on the far side of the blue line. Give it to his partner Dunn. They'll elect a little bit of a cycle, a shot, catches a deflection. Goalie wasn't sure where that one bounced off to. It bounces out of the zone, and they will recoil. 56 left on the penalty to the Vikings. Balsamo trying to give that one up to Botrell, a shot across the crease, and couldn't find the back of the net. And it's chipped back out of the zone thanks to a good stick from a Vikings player. Balsamo will have to recoil. And it looks like we got a defensive change here for the Bulldogs. Cole Tarsi now carrying the puck up through center ice, giving it down to Yim. Wheels off, gives it to Armour. Drops it back to Cole Tarsi, who couldn't get a shot off. Brings it back up to Van Horn, couldn't hold on to it, so bounces out of the zone. 20 left on the penalty to the Vikings. Armour with the puck, with speed, catches a little bit of a hit, but holds on to the puck, throws it up, and Yim with a great goal. You know, he saw through that play, it was great, and kept put it right behind the goaltender. Put the home team up 7-0, and I believe that gives Brian Yim the hat trick for tonight, if he was the one to put that in the back of the net, and it's looking like it was him, so going to be a hat trick for him, and 7-0 lead for the home team.
That was another one of those beautiful setups by the Bulldogs. If you got to see it on the instant replay, I'm not sure who's assisted by, but passed across, and since he didn't get the first shot off of that, off of the bounce of the goalie, he once again got it in the back of the net.
That's a great example of a player seeing through the play until the end. Yim could have given up, skated back, and tried to create a different play, but instead he ran up to the net and kept it going even off that rebound, like you said. So great thing to learn as a young player, and you know, it's a great example of it from him. And it's chipped up and will be thrown down by the Bulldog defense. And that was Brian Yim's goal. Third of the game and third of the season. Herb throws this one in deep. And the Vikings will recover just under 10 minutes left in the third. Gets thrown back in deep. Troy Kendall will chase. And it'll be battled for up against the boards. Herb stick caught the feet of a player, no call. Coy Kendall will carry the puck in the slot, gets thrown back down, and holding on to the puck. Couldn't see who that was for the Bulldogs, but tried for the wraparound, and goaltender for the Vikings kept that one out with ease.
So to update you guys on that goal, that was in fact Yim. That was his third of the game and third of the season, and also our second power play goal, and that goal was assisted by Connor Armour.
Bulldog face off to the left of the goaltender for the Vikings. They do come up with it, and they will come down 2-on-1, but Cole Tarsi, great defensive effort, keeping that break from going any further than it did. Yim with the puck, drops it back down to Cole Tarsi, who will dump it in throw it in deep. Goaltender will have to come out and play it. Going to be interesting to see what kind of changes the Vikings make with just over 9 minutes left in the game, down 7-0. A little bit of a break here for them. They carried in, couldn't wheel around. Eller doing a great job of playing defense for his squad. Yim fights for the puck, comes up with it. With speed, he carries it into the neutral zone, throws up. Coy Kendall shoots. Goalie makes the initial save, and the Vikings will come up with it. And hard hit there against Yim. Dunn will battle for that, give it up, but Atma trying to poke that one away, but instead it slipped right past him. Out to the right, I should say. Helms carrying the puck, crosses the blue line, drops off to Dunn. Cross for Balsamo, couldn't hold on to it. And he will wheel around the top half of the ice. Up to Dunn. Top of the circle, wheels around. Good move there. Gocho with the puck at the blue line will take it in deep at the hash marks. And Dunn back up to McNair. And cross up to Helms, who will continue to pass the puck, looking for a good opportunity. Dunn with a chance, and it bounces off the goalie through a couple of screens. Balsamo fights for it, and puck ends up on McNair's stick. Couldn't hold on to it, so the Vikings will exit the zone. Look to get a chance here, and broken stick. Bad break there for the Vikings. The stick just kind of snapped at one of the worst moments he could have had.
Yeah, it's almost a breakaway for him, and it just was not in the cards, I guess.
So the Bulldogs will chip this one up, but doesn't exit the zone. Vikings will keep it in. From the blue line, thrown on net, kicked wide, and then thrown back on net. Atma battling to keep that shutout alive, and he does so successfully. And that's a little bit of a wild instance there. I believe he had I think he had 2 or 3 saves there off the rebounds.
Yeah, I think you're right. If we look at actually, I'm not sure if we can see the review board right now. We're going to see here in just a second. He had 1, there's 2, 3 or 4. But he ended up covering it and keeping his Bulldogs same at 7-0.
Keeping his shutout alive, as he does a great job of a lot, actually. So Bulldogs win the draw back. Boyd up against the boards will take a body check, and puck bounces out and ends up into the neutral zone, courtesy of Van Orn, who carries the puck around the bottom half of the net. He's fighting off a battle. Gets thrown up. Vikings come up with possession through the neutral zone with speed. Good hit there from the defense of the Bulldogs. Ends up on the stick of Boyd. Chipped up for Connor Armour, who will come over the blue line, throw it on net, and the goaltender will not even have to make a save as it was wide. It's chipped back down low. Armour couldn't hold on to that one, so it'll get cycled back down, and the Vikings will have a chance to exit the zone, and they will do so. Not without a hard time from this Bulldogs defense, though. They went for a full change, so pass up the Paquette over the blue line, a shot. Goalie making a good save there. I think he had it in his glove on that one. There's a wide
I think that was just a glove save from him.
A wide open shot from the slot, and goalie made a great glove save.
One thing I noticed, especially this second half of the third period, the Bulldogs are doing a really good job of taking a step back and passing. They're creating those opportunities, opening those doors up. Not that they haven't done that the rest of the game. They absolutely have. I've just noticed it slowed down a little bit, and they're getting. I think everybody is at least getting a touch of the puck before they make a goal.
And that's that's a great thing to do. You have a commanding lead like this. Try and get everybody as involved as you can.
Absolutely.
Because at this point, it kind of serves as practice to them. As a secondary practice in a little more desperate of a situation. Looks like we're going to get a penalty here. Believe it's going to be on the Bulldogs.
Yep, it's going to be on Paquette for slashing. So that will put the Bulldogs on a penalty kill for the next 2 minutes.
And although the Vikings power play unit has not been successful thus far tonight, going to be interesting to see what they do to try and change that around.
I definitely think they've got the motivation in order to try to put it in the back of the net. Just a minute ago, we saw about almost 4 shots on goal, but Atma did end up making that save, so I'm sure they're looking to make another opportunity just like that.
Vikings carrying this one in through neutral ice. It bounces through the feet of Coy Kendall, and Gets thrown back down. Out for the Bulldogs right now, we have Coy Kendall. Believe that's Brochu in the corner. And you've got Marinelli up top. And with him, his partner Nico Kaufman for the Bulldogs on this penalty kill. Marinelli will poke this one up into the netting, and we're going to get a full change, making what I just said irrelevant. So we'll get Yim and McNair with Cole Tarsi and Eller out for the Bulldogs on the PK.
This is a really good line, especially on this penalty kill for the Bulldogs. None of these players ever let anything up. They do a really, really good job on the penalty kill together.
And puck catches a bounce from Cole Tarsi. Almost went into the netting above Entma. And that bounce was outside in the neutral zone, so it goes to say what a good poke check will do for you. The Vikings throw this one into the zone, but Yim carries. Eller back down to Cole Tarsi, and he'll just dump this one in, looking to buy some time. Got 57 seconds left on the penalty to the Bulldogs. And an opportunity for Yim, and he couldn't get the shot off. Looked like he peeled away there, but he couldn't hold on to it. It bounces back down to Dunn. Dunn and Helms on defense for the Bulldogs now. McNair and Yim still out there on forward. And puck bounces out to center. The Vikings will have to recoil, Gets chipped back down to the point, and a shot. Entma holding on to that one. Bulldog player ends up in the back of the net. That's Corey Dunn taking a stumble. And going to get fresh legs out for the team on the power play.
So just under 5 minutes left of the regulation time. Shots on goal, 46-12. We still got 30 seconds left, about 30 seconds left on this power play for the Vikings. So far, nothing good has come out of it, but that's not to say nothing will. Bulldogs are doing a really awesome job on their defense. They're on their A game. They're not letting anything get past them or anyone near their goalie, which is exactly what they want to do.
Yeah, they just the Vikings just missed out on a great opportunity from what could have been a really hard shot through a couple screens, but the player couldn't get the shot off. Kind of flubbed on it, so they bounced out, and they'll have to recoil. The puck's thrown up, and Vikings end up with it. A shot. Entma kicks that one away with ease. Can't get out of the zone, and Bulldogs have killed off this penalty. Paquette comes out of the box, stays on the ice, and picks up the puck and throws it in. Coy Kendall will chase, and Paquette with him, but the Vikings come up with it. And good block down low from Kaufman, keeping it from going too deep. And it looks like we're going to get a little bit of time wasted here from the Bulldogs as they just try to recoil a little bit. Herb, the chance, but he bounces off of a shin pad, that shot. So carrying the puck and a shot, but the trapper of the goaltender for the Vikings did a great job of keeping that one out.
Yeah, that was a really good save actually by that goalie, and it was actually probably a smart save, because the team is up so much at this point. We pretty much know who has it in the bag, but that's not to say that either team is going to let anything up.
So on the ice, we've got Brochu, Herb, Backneck, Cole Tarsi, and Eller for the Bulldogs. Puck's in the corner of the offensive zone to the right of the goaltender, and it'll be battled for. Herb doing a great job. Brochu lining up a shot, but bounces off a shin pad. Cole Tarsi throwing this on nets, and can't find the backside. Player pinches down, and the Vikings will escape the zone. 3:07 left in regulation. And Eller taking him down low and giving him the body. Cole Tarsi manning in front of the nets. Entma kept that one out, and I think we're going to get a penalty here. Yep, it's going to be to the Bulldogs for cross-checking.
And that's going to be on Brian Backneck.
And, that's one of those penalties that it's controversial because you either let a great chance be given up on your goalie and hope he makes a save, or take the penalty and just kill the player right away.
Yeah.
So it's one of those. Could be smart, could be dumb. But
right. Well,
in this situation,
it could go either way. I mean, I guess if you think about it in the long run, he's prepping for the rest of the games in the season. You're going to have to do those things, whether or not you're up or not. You don't ever want to let your goalie get scored on, especially if you could have helped it, whether that means resulting in penalty or not. So all in all, I do think that is a smarter move if you are this much in a lead still.
So Vikings carrying the puck up, and could have had a 3-on-2 if they hurried there. 2:34 left in regulation. Their goalie's still in net. That's kind of interesting. I'm surprised to see they're not pulling him on the power play here with such little time left. In the slot, a shot bounced or poked away, I should say. Another one kicked away, and the Bulldogs will peel away. McNair trying to get something going. He cannot. He'll have to battle off some Vikings players. And it'll be battled for up against the boards, fought for at the blue line, kicked back out. Helms passes off to his defensive partner Dunn in his own zone. 2:04 left on the clock, 1:04 left on the penalty. Helms back down to Dunn, chips up for Yim. Already has the hat trick tonight. Back down to Helms. Looks like they're just going to try and kill some time here. Dunn passes up to McNair over the blue line. Got Yim with him. Instead will elect to shoot, and goalie kicks that one away. Entering 1:40 left in regulation. It'll be interesting to see if they get it in deep and try and pull the goalie. Speaking of the Vikings there. As they carry the puck over the blue line. Chipped in. Brochu tried to poke that one away. A chance, and they couldn't get the cross crease, and looks like we're going to get a penalty.
It's going to be slashing, but I'm not sure on what team.
Looks like
another
it's going to be the
penalty.
Bulldogs. Yep. Brian Yim going to go take a seat in the box for the rest of the game, actually. And going to put 5-on-3 for the Vikings for 28 seconds. They're going to keep their goalie in net and not take a timeout.
Which is honestly really surprising in both cases. If I would be taking a timeout right now, especially being on 5-on-3 right now. You know, they're 5-on-4, cool, awesome. But 5-on-3, that's a big opportunity that they could have, and I feel like their coach really could have utilized that just now, and especially pulling their goalie. I am honestly going to be really surprised if he doesn't, because right now in this moment would be a great time for him to do so.
Another flub chance there from the Vikings. Out there for the Bulldogs right now, you've got McNair with, I believe that's Eller and Montembo out there on the 5-on-3. So Vikings with a chance. Throws it at Etma. Etma kicks it away. Vikings can't put it behind him. And 5-on-4. Beckneck will pinch up. Give this off to McNair, who will come down with speed. Tries to dangle around, 45 left on the clock. And the Vikings will come down. Their goalie stays in nets, and looks like they're going to completely miss out on that opportunity. Puck's thrown up. Quickhendall carries it out of the zone, and he will continue to carry the puck 30 on the clock. Throws it on nets and gets a secondary shot, throws it on. The Vikings will pick it up, and they will try to get one more good attacking unit in as there's 20 seconds left on the clock. And Vikings carry over the blue line, gets a shot off, Etma holds on, takes a whistle with 13.3 left in regulation. I
am honestly a little baffled that they never decided to pull their goalie. I think that would have been a really smart move, especially on that 5-on-3 they had for just a short time there. Super surprising, but I mean, I guess at this point, is it even worth it? I don't know. I think it would have been a smart move for them, especially with future games, to be able to see if they can have that scoring opportunity, which they didn't quite get this game.
Shot kicked away by Etma, 3 seconds on the clock, and the Vikings will drop this game to the home Bulldogs 7-0 as they claim the home opener for this season.
That was an absolutely beautiful start to the season for both teams, in all honesty. They were going up against a lot, and I think any team that plays the Bulldog team knows that. And they did give them, you know, they gave them some body, they gave them some effort, but they just couldn't find the back of the net. And, you know, sometimes that happens. Shots on goal ended up being 49-19 in favor of the Bulldogs, which is absolutely phenomenal. It's about 50 shots on goal in 3 periods, when the other team only had 20 about. So that's super crazy. Towards the end there, I really would have liked to see a little bit more from the Vikings team, what's, you know, pulling the goalie and all of that, but we didn't, and it is what it is. It was a great game from both sides. You think the same?
Yeah, I definitely think it was a great game, great contest from both sides. Although it was a shutout, a well-deserved one for Kevin Etma at that. I think, you know, I think it was good effort from both sides. A lot of learning for both teams, you know, to start the game early. This team's next game will be here in Arrington tomorrow, playing Marion in Wisconsin. 3:05 p.m. will be the puck drop. Given there's no more shattered glass.
Hey, knock on wood now. We don't want to jinx it for tomorrow, too. But thank you for joining us tonight on ACTV. Julia Smith here alongside Nick Rizzo. We will see you guys tomorrow.